Hello and happy Sunday. I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend. I'm having a pretty good weekend. Yesterday was beautiful here, and it does make me think that spring is coming. But today we have a little rain. So it's a little bit, it's like 10 degrees colder and we have some rain. So it's a little bit dreary, but we need water, right? We need water so all the new plants can start growing. I see a couple of you are already on. You're just right on time. Thank you for being here. So let's start by saying welcome, creative friends, to the Stampin' Squad. I'm Cheryl Dorsey. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm so happy that you're here this afternoon. So let's do a little bit of Sunday afternoon stamping. I think I'm going to just go ahead and flip my camera down so we can make some cards. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can get you guys lined up here and somewhat straight. It's always a challenge. We're a little bit crooked here. So, all right, I think that's about as close as I'm going to get it today. How's that? So I see, as I said, that some of you are here. If you're able, if you have access to your keyboard, say hi and tell me where you're watching from. I always like to be able to say hello back. Oh, Taja's here. Taja says, hey. Hey, Taja. Hope you're well today. All right, I have a really cute little card to share with you today, and it's easy. It's easy peasy. So here is the type of card that we're going to make. Let me move it up here and figure out where my center is. There we are. That's better. So this adorable card, I've seen two demonstrators make it. The first one is my friend Julie Baum, and we love Julie. She made this type of card, and she called it I think she called it a center point card. So she has a video on her YouTube channel showing how to make this card. And so I think what I'll do is I'll just put in the comments a link to her YouTube channel, and you can head over there and watch this video. And she's got lots of other great videos. So see what she's got over there. I think you'll love it. So let's open this up and see what it looks on the inside. Here we go. We have this designer series paper that's kind of a wraparound. And then we've got a place to write our message. So this designer series paper, I think it was called Favored Flowers. It was one of the items in Celebration. So if you were lucky enough to get this paper, here's an idea for a card. These flowers on the front and on the inside, I just cut out. I just used my little scissors and did some fussy cutting, cut them out and used them on my card. And let me show you one other one that I have made. And the other thing I did want to say is the other demonstrator that I've seen make this type of card, her name is Julie D'Amadio, and she also is on YouTube. And I think she called this card an envelope flap card. So that's what she called it on her channel. But it's made the same way, very same way, and it's what we're going to do today. So look at this cute little guy. This is from the Rain or Shine paper. Let me just show you this. This is in the mini catalog, and I love this paper. It's got, here's one of the sheets. It's got these adorable little animals on it. There's our turtle. There's also a fox, and there's a rabbit. And there is a die set called Playing in the Rain that coordinates with the stamp set and with this paper, and you can just use the dies to cut out these cute little animals. Of course, if you don't have the dies, you can always fussy cut. These would not be too tough to fussy cut yourself. So here's this one. I don't remember if I opened it, so I am going to open it and show you the inside. I stamped some little, I guess those are daisies down here at the bottom. And I wanted to tell you guys, these embellishments that I used on this card were actually from the last month's Paper Pumpkin. Yeah, Taja, you need the dies. If you don't have the dies, you need the dies. And actually, some of the items in this suite have been unorderable for a little while, but I believe they're going to be back in tomorrow. So if you're missing this suite or missing some of the items, be sure you check back tomorrow, because I think that was when they were scheduled to come back in. All right, so I have prepared to make 2 cards of this type today, and I think the first one we're going to use the stamp set Easter Bunny. And this seems like a good time to use that because we're getting close to Easter. So what I have already done is cut all my cardstock and paper. Let me get it over here. And I'm using Petal Pink cardstock. And this is Mossy Meadow. I believe this is Mossy Meadow. And then this piece of Designer Series paper is from the set that we used at Valentine's Day. I'm trying to remember. I think it was called Country Floral Lane. I believe that's what it was called. So that is what I pulled out to use today. Hey, Patty. I'm glad you're here. All right, so what else do we have? I already also stamped the little bunny, and I used Smoky Slate to stamp him. I felt like the black was just a little bit too dark for this card. So I used Smoky Slate, and then I also went ahead and stamped these little flowers and leaves. And again, I used the Smoky Set stamp pad. And I colored these in Petal Pink, light and dark Petal Pink, and then Mint Macaron as the color I used on the leaves. So that, I felt like that coordinated well with the paper. So let's get started here. I'm gonna go ahead and fold this. I already scored it. So this is just our standard card base. That's 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So that's what we normally do. That's not unusual. Then, actually, I have all these measurements written down. Let me pull this over here so you can see it. Let's see. Let me try to put that in a place that's kind of out of the way, but that you can still see it. Okay. So 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. That's our card base. And then this Mossy Meadow piece is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. I'm trying to get to my comments here. They keep disappearing, but there they are. Okay. And then I have 2 pieces of basic white cardstock that are 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then I've got 1 piece of the Designer Series paper that is 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 square. Okay, so what do I want to do? Let's stamp a little bit. Actually, I'm going to take care of this. I need to put a score line on this. And it needs to be a diagonal score line. So let me get my cut and score over here. And so I am just lining up the tip of this right on this little valley here where our blades will run. And then I have this other tip right in the middle of that same little crevice that runs down through there. And now I'm just going to close this, and that's my cutting blade, so I don't want to use that. This is my scoring blade down here, so that's what I want to use. I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm just going to score my paper so it has a nice score line. That makes it really easy to fold. So let me put this out of the way. And I'll grab my bone folder and go ahead and burnish this so it's ready to fold onto my card. Now, I want to stamp something on the front, on this white that's going to go on the front, but I want to make sure that I stamp it before I glue everything together, just in case. Just in case I make an ugly stamp, all right? So let me see here. Yeah, just in case I make an ugly stamp. So this we know is going to go on here, just like that. And then I'm going to take my bunny, and my bunny is going to go on here. And so I want to stamp something down here. All right, so now that I have that, I can make sure that I stamp it in the right place where I'm not going to cover it up with anything. And so I've got my Smoky Slate stamp pad. And I have a sentiment from that stamp set that this is enjoy all the little moments. So I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm just going to stamp it right down here. And I just want to hold that for just a moment so the ink has a chance to transfer to the paper. Enjoy all the little moments. That's great. Okay, now I can adhere some things together. And I like doing that because then I don't lose things, right? Because I have a million things sitting on my desk. And I tend to move things around and cover things up, and then I can't find them. So let's go ahead and put some things together here. So this just goes on here, like so. And get that centered up real good. There we are, and I can go ahead and adhere this to my card front. So let's do that. Let me turn it around here so I don't put it on upside down. So I just want to center that on the front of my card. And it looks like we have someone else joining us. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There we are. Now, I'm going to take this piece of Designer Series paper, and it needs to be adhered on just like this. So I think an easy way to do this is to just put glue on one side at a time. Because if you take the glue and put it all over everything, anyway, I know for me, I would have glue all over my work surface, over my hands, everything. So I'm going to only do one side at a time. And I'm just going to start with this side. So we're going to get a little glue on here. And cutting that paper at 3 7/8 of an inch square makes it come out just right. so that it goes end to end on our card. That is exactly what we want. So I'm just making sure I have it pressed right into the crease there. I love the way this card looks. I like the kind of the asymmetrical, the way that it looks here. I think that's really nice. All right, my bunny's gonna go here. I've got these flowers and I need to cut them out. So you're gonna have to bear with me while I cut. I know it's super exciting to watch me cut this out. But, you know, the bunny that I have for my card, I used the bunny punch that coordinated with the stamp set. And we all loved the bunny punch so much that it sold out, at least for a while. So if you don't already have the bunny punch, it is going to come back, but it's going to be a while. I think it's in May sometime before it comes back. But don't stress about that, because that bunny is super easy to fussy cut out. I mean, if I can cut these flowers out, I know you can fussy cut that bunny. I know you can. All right, well, this is taking a minute. Oh my gosh, okay. Well, while I'm cutting, I guess I also want to tell you that we have another event coming up this week. It's Tuesday evening. We're doing a Zoom call with mystery stamping. So if you've done mystery stamping before, I hope that you will come back. And if you haven't, be sure and send me a message and tell me that you want to come. Just send me a message through Messenger. Tell me that you want to come and I will send you the Zoom link. I don't post that Zoom link publicly. I don't think that's a good idea. So I do need you to contact me separately if you want that Zoom link. Now, I don't think I told you what I was going to do with this. So this is going to be little flowers right around the neck of my bunny. How adorable is that? I love that. I love it so much. Okay, let me get some dimensionals because I want to have my bunny popped up. And I'm going to grab a couple of little ones for his ears. And then from there, I think I can use some bigger ones. So let's do that. And now I'm trying to get to my comments again. They're not being as nice today and scrolling the way that they do sometimes. So it doesn't look like I've missed anybody's comment for the last few minutes. Okay. I'll just put them there. There we go. So if you haven't said hi, I would love it if you would say hello. And I was thinking we might have some first timers joining us today, which is always fun. Okay, let's see. Where do we want to put this little bunny? How about that? That seems pretty cute. I'm going to put him right there. Her. Him, her? I don't know. And there's the bunny. So sweet. Now, I was thinking about adding some bling to this card, and I didn't really want to. I mean, I like the white bunny and I like the white space of the card. So I did not want to add other things out here. So what I decided was I was going to grab my Wink of Stella, and I'm just going to put a little sparkle on these flowers. And that dresses it up a little bit without really taking away from what I think is a really pretty simple card. So just layering on some Wink of Stella. And I don't think the Wink of Stella shows up very good on the camera, but I'll hold it up here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Probably not. Trust me, it's glimmery. The flowers are glimmery now. Okay, well, we're almost done, but we need to do the inside of our card. And so I thought for the inside, I would stamp the words Happy Easter. It's less than a month away, right? It's gonna be here before we know it. So I'm just gonna put Happy Easter right down here at the bottom. There we go. And just for fun, this other little stamp that's in the set is a little bird. I think that's just adorable. It's so cute. So I thought we'd add the little bird in here. So he's just gonna fit right there. There we go. Awesome. Now, I think I'm done with this ink pad, so let me put it away so I don't get in trouble there and stick something in it. And I'm gonna color this bird. I have my, some of my Stampin' Blends out here. This is Balmy Blue. That's what it is, Balmy Blue. So I'm gonna take the light Balmy Blue and put a little bit of color on this cute little bird. Just a little bit. It's kind of like my sweater today, kind of a light blue. There we are. I'm happy with that. He's so cute. And you know what? I've got some Mango Melody over here. Let me just put a little dot of that on his beak. There we go. Cute. Now, we'll put that on the inside. Aha! Look at that. We haven't glued that down yet. Or I haven't glued that down yet, so let's do that. Let's do that. We don't want it actually flapping around. Okay, so let's fold that in. Press it down. There we go. Now we can put this white on the inside. All right. Okay. So I just want to say thanks again for jumping on with me this afternoon. I usually stamp on Sunday afternoons. So recently I just started thinking, well, I might as well stamp with some friends on Sunday afternoon. So glad you're here. And if you're catching the replay, either on Facebook or on YouTube, thanks for watching. All right, that's it. I love the way this card turned out. I like the gray, and it just is kind of soft, really pretty. Card number 1, done. Okay, let's do card number 2. Oh, okay, Patty, you said, what am I using? Was it this? Was it the Wink of Stella? Hold on, back up. Was it this? So if that's what you were asking about, it is called a Wink of Stella glitter brush. And it has a little bit of liquid in it, but mostly it's just a really fine shimmer. And you can use it just to paint a little bit of shimmer on anything you want to. But I do like to use it from time to time because it's just very subtle, but it does make a difference. It does make it really pretty. So I hope that's what you were asking about. Oh, yes. Okay, good. Perfect. Yes, and that Wink of Stella brush is in the annual catalog if you're looking for that. All right. One more. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Now, I showed you at the beginning this cute one with the turtle. So I'm going to use some of the same products from this suite, this Rain or Shine suite, but I'm going to use a different animal. So let's see. First, card base. And it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The measurements are still over here if you need those. Just making sure I got that straight. Yes, there we go. And for this one, I am going to use this cute little fox. All right, so you remember in the paper that we looked at a little while ago, there he is. Adorable. This paper is really nice too. I don't know if you can see, it has some highlights on it that are shiny. So there are some little areas, maybe you can tell, that are shiny, which really kind of makes the paper even more fun. Okay, I'm gonna just put the little fox over to the side here and bring in some of my other pieces. So again, I need to score that. So let me get my cut and score and get my cutting blade out of the way. I don't want to use that. And I think I'm gonna do this like this. So I've got it centered up there, and I need to make sure that the bottom is here in the center as well. Close that, score, perfect. All right. Now, let's take this. Oh, look at this. See the back side of this? It has raindrops on it. See how shiny that is? Can you get the shine? I don't know. Yeah, okay, you can see the shine. But I'm covering that part up. Today, anyway, for this card. That part's getting covered up. But that would look cute as well. The thing about that is, I thought I shouldn't use that for this card because, I mean, you could. But once if we put it on here like this, then the rain is kind of going sideways, which I know sometimes actually happens if there's wind, but I did not want that for my card, so it's on the inside. Here's our white again, and this is our layer. This is Cajun Craze, and then we have our Mango Melody card base. All right, so we do need to stamp a little bit, and I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo Black ink for this, and I want to stamp a couple of things. First, I want to stamp the sentiment, Rainy Days Are Better With You. And this is going to be the front of my card. So again, I'm just going to kind of pretend. I'm going to dry fit everything so I know where I want to stamp that. Because I don't want to have it end up being, you know, halfway covered up or something. So let's slip this on here. There we go. So this gives me an idea of where I want to go. So I'd like to stamp this right about there. All right, so let's do that. Let me ink up my stamp. Let's see. Looks like I got a little heavy on one edge, so if this doesn't look good, I might have to I might have to flip it over and try again, but we're gonna go for it and see what happens. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't love that. I don't love it. So I'm gonna flip that over. I'm gonna let it dry for just a second, and I'm gonna clean my stamp off and start over, because I got just a little too heavy-handed on that end of the stamp and took a little too much ink. So let's try again. So put this here, so kind of know where I'm going, and let's see if I can do it without without getting so much ink on my stamp. You know, being left-handed or right-handed sometimes can affect your stamping. Well, that's even worse. That's even worse than the first time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. And you know what I think might be part of the problem is when I'm stamping here for you guys, I'm standing up. And I think that because I'm so high above it, I'm pressing down harder. That's my theory about what is happening. So, hold on. Let's try this. Here we go. We're going to try it one more time. One more time. 3 is a charm, right? 3 is a charm. And those other pieces, I'm just going to cut off the part I stamped and use the rest of the white on some other project. Okay, so I'm going to get some of the ink off of here. Actually, I am going to clean it just because I had so much ink on there. That was crazy. Okay, so I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to sit down. My chair was a little bit low, so I thought it'd be better if I stood up, but that's not working for me. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful here about how much ink I take on this stamp. And let's try it. Sigh of relief. Oh, and I had it so far down here you couldn't even see it. Apologize for that. There we go. All right, so not so crazy heavy. Okay, let's glue this together. Let's glue this together. All right. Well, don't tell anybody. Man, I just did not have my Stampin' Mojo today. Did not. So let's center this. There we go. Press down. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the front. There we go. So is anybody else doing stamping today? Does anybody else have time today to do that? For some reason that usually works for me. Sunday afternoon is a good time for me to get a little stamping in. Oh, how do I clean my stamp? I'm so glad you asked. I have something called Simply Chamois, and when it's brand new, it's purple like this. And then when you have it for like 3 years and you use it over and over again to clean your stamps, it looks like this. But that's okay. It stains this, but when you clean your stamp, it doesn't get on your stamps. So it works great. This is just, I just take this to the sink and run water over it and then kind of squeeze it out so it's just damp. And then, where's my stamp? And then I just take my stamp and rub it on here. And it takes the ink off of it. Brilliant, right? Brilliant. Yes, some people like to use baby wipes or a duck paper towel, and all of that's fine. All of that's fine. I found that some of the other methods sometimes can leave lint. Sometimes it can leave lint on your stamp. And then, if you don't realize that, the next time you go to stamp, when you ink up your stamp, there's lint on it, and that does not help create a really nice stamped image. So I like the chamois. I like that. All right, let me put some glue on here. Remember, I'm only putting glue on half of it just to save myself from, making a mess or getting a ton of glue on me where it doesn't need to be. And then I'm just gonna press this up against the edge of my cardstock and turn it over, press it down. There we go. I love these colors, Mango Melody and Flirty Flamingo. And then this brown color is Cajun Craze. So, love that, love that. All right, now where's my little fox? Now he's already kind of shiny, so I'm not gonna glitter him up. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna put him on here. Adorable. So let's get some dimensionals. And get him set to go on. To go on the front of our card. And I'm just kind of going wild today with the dimensionals. But, that's every day for me. I love dimensionals. And because this is not cardstock, it's designer series paper, it's not as thick and heavy, and it's easier for it to get crunched, I guess is what I'm thinking. So I don't want it to get smashed. I don't want it to get caved in the center if I mail the card. So I put lots of these on it because it helps support it all over the back. And where does he go? How about right here? There we are. I love that. I'm so adorable. So adorable. Okay, and now for the inside. All right, let's glue this down. Let's glue this down. We're not flapping around. Here we go. These colors are so fun for spring, so bright and cheerful. All right, and I'm gonna put this over here. Right like that. And you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of decorating on this. On the front it says rainy days are better with you. And so for this, I think I'm gonna put some raindrops on it. I don't remember if I showed you the stamp set. So this is the stamp set I'm using, Playing in the Rain. playing in the rain. So you saw that we could take those little animals off the designer series paper. We could use those like I did with this card, but you can also stamp them and then color them. So that would be really fun too. All right, I'm going to use these raindrops. And let me bring this back over here. Turn it this way. Here are the raindrops. And I'm going to use some Balmy Blue ink. Let me open that, and I'm going to close up this black and move it out of the way. All right, I just want to put a little bit of rain falling along the top of this cardstock. So inking that up, and I'm going to be kind of going off the edges of my cardstock. So I want to have something behind it so I don't stamp on my work surface. So there's one, and then I think I'm going to stamp off, right? So I went ahead and did another stamp without inking up. Okay, so now I'll ink up, and let's see. Maybe right here. All right, and now I'm not going to re-ink my stamp, and I'm going to go up here. And then I will re-ink one more time. And actually, I'm just going to go right up here. Like that. Maybe I'll put a little raindrop right there. How's that? So it looks like it's raining on the inside of my card. I think that's cute. Okay. And this piece of cardstock I thought was cut the same size as this, but look, it's not quite. It's a little bit thinner. It's a little bit narrower. So when I put it on the inside of my card, there's more margin over here. So let me see, hold on a minute. Let's even this up a little bit. That looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch. So I'm gonna bring my paper cutter back out, and I am going to trim a little bit off the bottom of this, just so it's not so lopsided. So when I center it, it looks a little bit more even. So let's do that. Okay. Now, okay, that's better. Now my margins of the Mango Melody around the edges look a little more even. All right, let's glue this down. And as soon as I do that, then I'm going to look at your comments again. I'm using my iPad instead of my computer to look at your comments, and it's just not as nice showing me your comments. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, I think we're good. I don't think anybody has asked anything that I haven't answered. All right, inside of the card, it's raining. Rainy days are better with you. Cute little fox. Now, I did decide that I wanted to put some kind of embellishment on here. So there are a couple of options. Okay, you can help me choose here. So I have some raindrops, blue raindrops, that are from The Last Paper Pumpkin. You know, they give us little extras sometimes. So I have these adhesive backed raindrops that I could use. That's one. Then the other choice is, these are retired embellishments. They are silver and clear epoxy essentials is what they call them. These are silver, and you notice these up here at the top are teardrop shaped, or raindrop shaped in this case. And then there are some that are clear. I think that for this card, if I use these, I would use the clear ones and maybe just put 3 of them on there. So that's my conundrum for the day. Do we use blue raindrops or do we use clear raindrops? So let me look here. Let me move my comments. So if you have a preference, blue or clear, type it in the comments so I can see that, and I will go with your suggestion. I will go with your suggestion. Okay. I see a blue. I see a blue. So that would be these. Oh, Sue Ann, blue. Sue Ann says blue. Okay. We've got 2 blues. I'm going to wait just a few more seconds, see if there are any votes for clear. I think it's going to be blue. Okay, Tasha and Sue Ann carry the day with blue. All right, so let me just get my take your pick tool. And you know what? These, because I had used these the other day when I put my paper pumpkin together, these are really stuck on there. So I need to kind of get underneath there to be able to grab one and put it where I want it. So let's see, let's put one right here. I think I'll put 3 on here. And I'm going to put one right there. Let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. We can't have a crooked raindrop. One more, if I can get it. And I'm going to put this one down here on the paper, like that. How's that? So he's just got a little sprinkle. He's just got a little sprinkle going. Let's see if I can move that over a little. There we go. How about that? That's cute. That's really cute. Okay, and the inside, it's raining on the inside too. So let's take a look at these cards again. So we just finished this one. This one, I showed you at the beginning. I had made this one ahead of time. And so these are both inspired by the Rain or Shine Suite, the Playing in the Rain stamps, and the Rain or Shine paper. And then this one is also one that I had made ahead of time. And I'm trying to remember, I think this was called Favored Flowers. I believe that was the name of that paper, and it was from Celebration. And then the first card we made today was this bunny card. So the bunny and the sentiments were all from the Easter Bunny stamp set. And this paper was left over from Country Floral Lane that we had used at Valentine's Day. So if you didn't see the insides earlier when we were doing this, there is the inside of that card. So, hey, do you have a favorite? If you have a favorite, let me know. I think this is a very clever card. I like it, and it challenges me a little bit because I usually shy away from white space on cards. But I think these look really nice with some white space. So I may have to change my ways. I usually cover everything with designer series paper or, you know, with embellishments and ribbon and everything, but I am kind of enjoying that calming white space of these cards. Okay. Oh, Sue Ann, I'm glad. Oh, Tasha, thanks. They're adorable. Yes, they are. I think so too. And remember, I saw this idea from Julie Baum and Julie DiMatteo, two other demonstrators. And Julie Baum is a friend of mine. And so I am going to go back into the comments after I get off today and put a link to her YouTube channel, because she also does a lot of good YouTube videos for cards that I think that you will love. So the link that, I think there's been a link that popped up for you guys when you got on today. And that link, if you follow it, it's a Linktree link. And so when you go there, then you're going to find links for all my different social media platforms. Obviously I'm on Facebook. That's where we are today. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Pinterest, and I'm on YouTube. So there are links there for every place you might want to find me. All right. Thank you very much for coming today. Really appreciate it. And if you're watching the replay, hello to you. Be sure and leave me a comment so I can respond to you. All right. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.